Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. So a few weeks ago, it was announced that ESPN and WWE had inked a partnership for about $1.7 billion, where ESPN would host all of WWE's premium live events, kind of like their pay-per-views. Right now, those PLEs are on Peacock, but in 2026, they will be moving over to ESPN, and ESPN will host all of those premium live events. That was the original announcement. But as of August 20th, there has been a new announcement. They're moving up that timeline way earlier than previously announced, and we are going to get the first ESPN-hosted premium live event on September 20th, 2025. The original announcement was all for 2026 dates, but they really pushed that forward, and we're going to get a premium live event on ESPN for the very first time on September 20th, and it is going to be called WWE WrestlePalooza. This will be the first premium live event on ESPN, and that's a really historic announcement to begin with. But on top of that, the reason why WWE pushed this up so much and to do it on ESPN and to do it on September 20th is because AEW, which is the other big wrestling promotion, has their pay-per-view event on September 20th called AEW All Out. And WWE keeps claiming that they're not in competition with AEW. They don't think about them. All WWE does is think about AEW. And it's just so funny. They're going to throw a PLE on the same day as AEW's All Out. And it's a revival of an ECW concept, which is WrestlePalooza from the 90s, knowing that the owner of AEW, Tony Khan, is a huge fan of ECW, is sort of extreme, sort of peak wrestling pettiness. It's kind of funny. And also, previous to this deal, this PLE deal, inked between WWE and ESPN, we know that ESPN is sort of a sports hub, and if you went to their wrestling tab on their website, it would be WWE and AEW. As of yesterday, as of August 20th, when this deal was announced and WrestlePalooza was announced as the first PLE on ESPN, ESPN has removed AEW from their wrestling tab. Now, I'm not sure if that was part of the deal with WWE and ESPN, but that just goes to show you that WWE is a bit worried, slightly worried about AEW. Maybe not in terms of taking all of their fans, because there's so much nostalgia and a massive fan base with WWE, but they are worried about a little bit of competition, potentially. And I think that's a good thing. Iron sharpens iron. It makes everyone a little bit better in ring, production, social media, all these types of things. And I'm glad that AEW is making noise. And a lot of my friends have jobs there and they're able to live their dream and be professional wrestlers. And some fans absolutely love AEW. I mean, I was at All In Texas. It was awesome. It was a fantastic show. It was really cool to see my buddies, on a super large stage in front of 30,000 people. I mean, that's living out your dream. And so WWE did that. So ESPN has removed AEW from their website, and I just think that's really funny. But bigger news is that ESPN WWE big time deal, big time partnership. First of those partnerships is on September 20th with WWE WrestlePalooza, which happens to be on the same day as AEW All Out, and they go head to head. And then another big, huge, massive announcement is that WWE has announced that John Cena's retirement match will take place at WWE's Saturday night's main event on December 13th, streaming on Peacock. So if you remember, the Saturday night's main events have been previously been shown live on NBC. We had this big fiasco with Goldberg where his retirement speech got cut off and he was pissed about it. And now they've officially announced that those Saturday night's main events will be on Peacock, which is an NBC type platform, which is the NBC platform. And so they'll just be on Peacock. So we have no more of these long commercials and you won't see 10 minutes of wrestling in a 2-hour show. And it's official that John Cena, the greatest of all time, John Cena, will have his retirement match on December 13th at WWE's Saturday night's main event. It's also rumored that John Cena will be main eventing WWE WrestlePalooza. We do have WWE's Clash in Paris coming up very soon, where John Cena is wrestling Logan Paul. So you may see John Cena wrestle Brock Lesnar on ESPN for WWE WrestlePalooza to headline that show against, going head-to-head against AEW's All Out. So you may see John Cena, Brock Lesnar on ESPN at WrestlePalooza. I think that's my prediction for the main event of that show. And then you fast forward to December 13th, where we see John Cena's final match in WWE. The whole Saturday night's main event will be centered around John and that match. There'll probably only be 3 matches so that John has a nice long main event match. He has a retirement, a sending off, all those types of things. And then John Cena rides off in the sunset as Peacemaker commercials are shown during AEW because they're both on Max, and I still think that's hilarious. Now, who will John Cena wrestle in his final match on December 13th at Saturday night's main event? My continued guess since the very beginning has been Gunther. It might be The Rock. It might be the Gauntlet style match. It's definitely not going to be Edge. That would be hilarious if AEW allowed him to come over and wrestle John Cena for their last match. That's definitely not going to happen. The Nick Nemeth and Jonathan Coachman idea of doing the Gauntlet match is something I'm very, very intrigued by, but I really do think it's going to be Gunther, and then in 1 year, Gunther retires Goldberg and John Cena at Saturday night's main event, and it really elevates him, and then Gunther, maybe at the time is world champion, probably not because he's injured and Seth Rollins has the title, but maybe that catapults him, Gunther, into winning the Royal Rumble in 2026, but it's also rumored that Roman Reigns will win the Royal Rumble in 2026, so we'll see, but my prediction is Gunther versus John Cena for his very last match, but I would really, really love to see that Gauntlet match. I think that's a perfect ending to the career, and then you have Rock come out, Rock and John Cena have a thing, and then John Cena rides off into the sunset, never to be seen again in a WWE ring, known as the greatest of all time. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.